is up, awesome people, and welcome back to a series that probably everyone thought was probably over, but nope, we're still going to do a little bit more with this particular series, and that is the Pokemon trading card game short play. So the last episode was indeed the finale for the whole main game part of this particular short play. Now we're going to do the post game, so there's a few things we're going to do, which includes the challenge cup, I do believe, was like one of the extra things I've got to do. There's also like a challenge, an extra little bit of challenge thing. I'm not too sure. I was like reading over it very quickly, so there's another challenge thing I've got to do. And of course, there is one other thing I was going to do. Yeah, I definitely can't speak English. That's kind of normal. Was the auto deck coverage as well. So I was going to go through and challenge myself with some of those auto deck machines. So I thought I might start off there with the auto decks until one of the challenge things decide to pop up on the overworld, which can happen at absolutely any random time. So I haven't got in, and I do believe I haven't started up the game since I finished the whole main game part. Also, the other thing I do, as well as some of the promotional cards that I have indeed missed, I do believe there is one that is permanently gone from the game. I've yet to see that card just come back or the option to be able to do it. So unless that suddenly just popped back up, that'd be great if it did. The only problem is I'll have to farm for my energy cards again. But if it's gone forever, I'm going to be quite sad because I'll have to start up a second game just to do that. Anyways, as soon as we start up the game once again, after we've beaten the Grandmaster Trials, we start back at Dr. Mason's laboratory, which is what I thought we'd do anyway. So great, that's where I wanted to start anyway, so that was perfect. Oh, this is the other thing I was talking about, the challenge machine. I was like, challenge something, I can't think of it. Challenge machine, created by Dr. Mason. The challenge machine is a Pokemon card dueling machine. The rules of the game are simple. Choose one deck with which you must duel 5 computer opponents. If you can defeat the 5 opponents, you win. You can also play to extend your winning streak. Build a deck and give it a try. So, as I said, I briefly read over that. I know I've got to do it. So I'm not really too sure what it entails or, you know, what type of opponents I'm going to be in for. So I think we'll leave that for another episode. And unless I suddenly feel gutsy and want to use some of the auto decks with this. But anyways, this is the first part I really wanted to have a look at. Why does it look like all the computers aren't working? We'll have a look. Congratulations on inheriting the Pokemon cards, but that's not all there is to this game. Were you able to build all the decks here in this auto deck machine? There are many duels as there are decks to duel with. Keep dueling with Pokemon trading cards. Alright, so that's like another thing they try and give you incentive to do, is the auto decks. I would have assumed all these would have been lit up, but we'll see. Ho ho, won't you duel me to test your deck? This is another dude, Aaron. I could have swore he was like one of the challenge people. If you win, I'll give you a booster pack. It only contains energy cards. Oh, of course, he's the dude that gives you all the energy cards. He was somewhere else to begin with. No, I won't do that. But no, I'm pretty sure you versed him somewhere else, but he actually has a decent deck that doesn't have, like, you know, a real basic, tutorial feel to it. You need a medal to activate a Oh, okay, so we actually need to go through and actually interact with the machine. So I do have access to all of them. Congratulations on inheriting the Pokemon cards. Please save your deck in this deck save machine. The deck with the legendary Pokemon cards. It's a deck saving machine. I haven't actually built anything with legendary cards. But anyways, let's go through. Is a work, yes, insert the medal. I won't do that just yet. It's a fire medal. Insert the fire medal. So we'll go through and activate all these machines. And then that gives us a start to where I'm going to try and figure out what deck to start with. I mean, I've got something in mind while I was briefly reading over what decks I had available to me. Basically, these auto deck machines, it's not just one deck. Apparently, it's like a few decks. So you've got a bit of a variety to choose from. And I do believe this first one here is like the starter decks, so like the Squirtle and Friends, Bulbasaur and Friends, and Charmander and Friends. Yeah, it is. So there's Water Beetle, Psychic Machamp, and I do believe I started with Bulbasaur and Friends. Water Beetle, for some odd reason, is Asterix as well. What was in that particular deck? Grass, Water, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. I don't remember using this deck. For some odd reason, it's already Asterix. That's weird. Unless I versed it somewhere. That's all I can think of. Alright, so let's have a look what we've got. We've got a Fighting Metal, Auto Deck Machine. I swear there was like the Grandmaster one somewhere, unless I've got to actually go through and, you know, actually beat all of these first. Unless, you know, I go do something with this deck save. Oh, look, I can save all my decks. Please select the deck. Wow, so like, you know, you had those 4 decks. I think I was saying somewhere throughout this walkthrough, it was like, it's a bit of a shame you have 4 decks, because I can use more than... Oh yeah, so you can like build a deck, no deck is saved, save a deck, and then I could save like one of the decks I've already used. So like, I could save the Blastoids deck, because that one was semi-decent, the Fushigibana Midori deck, or the Venusaur Green deck. There's Kaminari Iro deck, which is the Lightning deck, and Mushoku no Shiro deck, which is the Colorless White deck. The Colorless deck was kind of cool. I'm not going to save them from now, though I am a little bit disappointed, like, the Legendary one here isn't here. Nope, I can't seem to find where the auto, deck is for the Legendary... Oh wait, what's this? No, that's a challenge machine, of course it is. No, but as I said, I will do that a bit later. It just appears I can't find the auto deck for the, one that I was actually wanted to use. So I think we're gonna have to do this. So, we can try out Squirtle and Friends, because that was the one I was actually contemplating of using. So build, oh, I gotta actually, oh, so build a deck, and then we'll get rid of, dismantle this deck, yep. And we'll put that there, Squirtle and Friends. So we'll go off and use that for a little bit, and then we'll come back and select for another one. Anyways, let's have a look at the deck. So this deck comes with 6 fire cards. It appears to come with a Charmander, Charmeleon. Also has the Growlithe, has an Arcanine, has the Flamethrower Takedown one, which is, I think, the better one. Yeah, it is, because that one's like a... No, I thought that was the exclusive one. Nope. Alright, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. The other Arcanine, level 45 one, is the one I prefer. The Growlithe one, there's only one Growlithe, so that's cool. And there's also a level 24 Magma. Again, this is the one that I use, so cool. So, some pretty decent cards. I mean, even the Charmeleon's decent too. Unfortunately, I've only got one of them to work with. In regards to the Squirtle side, we've got Squirtle times 2, Wartortle times 1, Blastoise times 1, so only one chance to pull off the Rain Dance ability. Seal and Dugong, I mean, those two aren't particularly too bad. Unfortunately, though, the trying to get the 4 energies to run Ice Beam is kind of quite, I guess, it's quite hungry for energy is what I'm really trying to say there. I was trying to think of something else, but just wasn't coming to mind. Yeah, energy hungry is basically what I was going to really say. Anyway, flip a coin if heads, the big Pokemon is now paralyzed. It's very similar to the whole Gyarados scenario where you could go for the 3 energy and go for the 50 power, or you can go for the 4 energy and go for the, I think it was like Bubble Beam for paralysis, but you had 10 less power was the scenario there. And we've got Goldeen and Seeking there as well. We also have Staryu and Starmie. And Lapras, who, as I said, is a real decent Water-type Pokemon. And then we have 5 electric Pokemon. We have Pikachu with Nora and Thunderjolt. We also have Magnemite and Magneton. Thunderwave and Self-Destruct. And then we have a Electabuzz. Yep, it's the nice Electabuzz too. So, you know, that's not too bad for a basic Pokemon. It's just a shame, though, you need one electric card to actually start it off. Then our colorless cards are going to be Rattata and Raticate. Okay, I guess that's not too bad, that Raticate. And then we've got Meowth. And the last couple... Nope. So, trainer card-wise, we've got 1 Professor Oak, 1 Bill. So the draw power isn't exactly what I call, like, amazing. And 1 Switch. You know, that's kind of cool. 1 Pokeball for some search power. 1 Scoop Up to try and conserve some of those energy cards. And cards in general, in case someone's about to faint, aka Lapras or something like that. And then we've got 8 Fire Energy cards, 11 Water Energy, and 6 Lightning cards. I'm gonna have so much problems using this deck, I already know that. I've already made this very damn clear. I hate multicolor decks, so this is gonna be interesting, needless to say. So, obviously that was the deck you started with if you went to Squirtle and Friends deck. So where would be the most effective place to use this? Fire Club most likely, or Rock Club? We'll go to the Fire Club. Unfortunately, there's like those small amount of grass cards will be a bit of an issue. Yeah, that dude has like not come back at all. We do have to go to Ishiharu's house to do those trades as well. We'll just verse the first person I come across, or should I do like Ken? We'll do Ken. Oh, I didn't mean to hit no. Alright, we'll do Ken. I mean, I know for a fact he's got a mostly fire deck, so that'll be handy at least to try out this deck. So as I said, I'll try out this deck for a little bit and see how this goes. So I lead with the most awful looking hand I think I've ever seen in this series. It's going to be Charmander as my basic, and then I've got one Bill to work with. I do have some fire energies at least. He does have 2 bench Pokemon. No flip. Go for the heads. Okay, well that's the most... Oh, wow. I'll go for the Bill at least, so get 2 extra cards from that. Fire Energy and Eradicate. I'm not really too sure what I'm going to do from there. Go for that Charmander Energy. I do believe this needs 2. No, it needs 1 to go scratch. It's been yonks since I've used Charmander. Anyways, Ken's active was a Magma, so I think that needs 2 energy cards to do anything, so I do have a bit of an advantage there. Go for the Professor Oak as my next card. And I think from there, like, my other attack was Ember, where I have to discard to use that. Yeah, discard 1 fire energy card. I don't particularly want to do that. I mean, unless I was real desperate for power. Because that's like 10 versus 30, but I do have to get rid of 1 fire energy card. Or I could do it. I mean, this deck doesn't precisely specialize in fire, but if I can get the extra 30 damage, bring that down to 10 HP remaining, I might be able to take out that Magma next turn. Fire energy card to Jigglypuff. Finishes the turn without attacking because he didn't put down an energy card on Magma. Seal comes out as my bench Pokemon, put a water energy card onto that, go for the scratch, that'll take out the Magma. So far so good with this particular deck. And again, I'm kind of getting a little bit lucky. Unfortunately though, my prize card was a lightning energy, so, you know, that's kind of not cool. Double Edge from the Jigglypuff's going to do 40 damage to me, 20 to itself. You know, that's pretty cool. He has 1 bench Pokemon though. What's his last bench? Growlithe, which I don't think he's set up at all. I drew a water energy. I mean, we can go for like that 1 last Ember, take out the Jigglypuff for 30, and then force out the Growlithe. By then I'll have Seal set up as well, so if he decides to knock out the Charmander, he's going to go for a Cycle as well, which fails. Do you need to flip the head for that one? Puts another Growlithe down the bench, puts the Fire Energy card onto Growlithe, finishes the turn because he can't attack. I pick up another Fire Energy card, so that does allow me to safely set up the Seal on the bench. And then from there, I can just easily go for some scratch. I'll hope that the Growlithe does take up my active Charmander. I'm perfectly fine if it does. So going for that Flare, which is Growlithe's basic move, I do believe. 2 energy cards, and then there's like Ember or something like that for 3 energy cards. Anyway, Seal comes out, and I do believe... Oh, I needed 1. Well, I just know Dugong needed 4, so I did that instead. That was, you know, quite smart. From this point, though, I think I'm just going for a Professor Oak. I mean, at the moment, I've got full control. Now watch, as I say that, I'm probably going to lose all control. I did get another Water Energy card, though. Look at all these basic Pokemon. Like, that may have saved me, but I'm not going to have a Raticate to put on the Rattata. I don't think I put down an energy card. So I go for that Headbutt. I was actually kind of hoping to draw Dugong with that Professor Oak. But beggars can't be choosers. Going for the Flare once again. I think he's trying to get the Arcanine out. 20 damage onto Seal. The next Pokemon that come out is, of course, the Pikachu. What have I got? 2 Water Energy cards. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment, obviously. What can I do? I mean, I could very well put that Lightning Energy card down on Pikachu. I think I need a Colorist now to pull off any other moves. 10 HP left on that Growlithe now after that Headbutt. Another Growlithe down on the bench. So there's like 2 Growliths on the bench. 1 active. Going for another Flare for another 20 damage onto Seal. Unfortunately, I'm now taking a big beating. I mean, I'm all set up now for Dugong. I probably should have kept those Water Energy cards back. Just in case I don't pull a Dugong in the meantime. Another Flare. Oh, that's me knocked out. Well, that was unfortunate. Now I got too cocky there. Let's just admit that. Bring out the Pikachu. I drew a Fire Energy card. And put that down on there. Yeah, I can go for the Thunder Jolt. I think if I flip a Tails though, I'm going to take recall damage. Oh, wow. Yep, I took recall damage. So 30 damage to the Growler, so that's a 2-hit KO, but 10 damage to myself, plus flare damage as well. It's going to have me with 10 HP left. Very desperate to try and pull off that recycle, so that failed as well. I think Jigglypuff went down on the bench. 20 damage onto me, 10 HP remaining on Pikachu. I actually drew a Lapras. I probably should have kept my cards for that. That's alright, I still get to knock out this Growlithe. Oh, I actually get the heads, I don't go out to recalls. Nice. Growlithe goes down. I drew another Fire Energy card. Alright, Jigglypuff is on the is on the active. Doesn't put down an energy card that turn. I draw a Squirtle. Can't use that because there's only one Blastoise in this deck, unfortunately. Go for another Thunder Jolt here. I get the Tails, so unfortunately Pikachu is going to get knocked out this turn. Though I already do half damage to that Jigglypuff, so that's great. Ken does draw another card. And we'll now go for the Lapras. So, since this deck is mostly Colorless I forgot about that. Colorless and Fire, I do have the advantage with Lapras, and since Water Gun will be my main attacking move, you know, when I wake up, of course. Yep, of course. I was going to say, I can go Confuse Ray this turn, but that appears to be not happening this turn. Squirtle, or do I go... Well, you think for like a water deck, I'd be going for Squirtle, wouldn't I? I don't think I've got enough electric cards left. I'll go Squirtle. Oh yeah, unable. I was gonna check like what I needed. Now, fire there. Now what could I do? Oh yeah, I could set up Magma. Of course I can. Hey, I woke up. Now watch me get put back to sleep with Lullaby. Fire Energy Gun onto Jigglypuff. That's gonna go for, no, it's going for the pound for 20 there. So 20 damage onto Lapras. Next up is going to be, oh look, I actually drew a War Turtle. Unbelievable. I actually did put down the Squirtle too, nice. And I think I already flew away the cards I used for card retrieval from the graveyard. So that was smart. Hey! So I went for the Confuse Ray. 20 damage, 10 damage. Flipped the head, got the Confusion. So that's a perma status until they switch out or evolve. Again, another fail and recycle. You know, I definitely know how that feels. Got the Confusion with the Tails, so 20 damage to Jigglypuff, which means the Water Gun from Lapras this turn will actually take out the Thingamajiggy. I love how I just can't think of Pokemon names at the moment. Alright, 20 damage there to Jigglypuff from the Water Gun. The second last prize card I pull is going to be the Goldeen. Chansey comes out in the field, and I'm assuming this is going to try and set up for the annoying little move it does where it just negates all damage for the turn. Well, I'm going for the Confuse Ray, 10 damage, no, very minor damage there, but I get that Confusion. So for him to pull that off now, he's going to have to flip a coin. Oh, he's actually going for the treat, so he tried retreating to try and get rid of that. That failed. No Confusion damage though. I got a Water, so I can power up Lapras one more time for max damage on Water Gun. Going for that max 30 damage there. So it's like base 10, but extra 20 for 2 extra Water cards, and it caps. It does do the retreat, goes into Jigglypuff unfortunately, so Fire Energy card onto the Jigglypuff there, fails to go for the attack. And from there, I don't think there's any point putting down that electric card. Go for another Confuse Ray. Oh, I failed. I probably was better off going for the Water Gun. Alright, so it's going to go for... I was assuming it was going to go for like pound or something like that, but that wasn't the case. Okay, forget what I had in mind, let's just go for that Water Gun. 30 damage onto the Jigglypuff, it's got 20 HP left, so even if it does... Oh, it evolved it, oh god. This has Do the Wave, because this is the same Wigglytuff I use in the Dragonite deck. I actually got the head, so that's going to wake up. I can go for another Water Gun. I just love at the moment how my hand is just mostly basic Pokemon. Not too long ago I was going, I've got too many energy cards. I think I threw away most of the energy cards in this deck, so that was kind of unfortunate. Another Lullaby there from the Wigglytuff, but if I manage to knock it out this turn after waking up, hypothetically of course. Yep, I knew it. Hypothetically. So I'm still sleeping on the job there, but I can go for a switch. But is anything set up? I don't think anything is set up. Oh wait, Magma is. Of course it is. So because I did the switch, I'm also going to wake up as well. So, boom, boom. There we go. We actually beat Ken with like a basic starting deck. That's kind of unreal, actually. Alright, we beat Ken, but in honest opinion though, that was kind of easy considering this deck kind of had the advantage over Ken. Alright, so at the same time we're gonna actually unlock a Lapras from the mystery deck, so that's kind of cool. We got the Persian, Parasect, Primate, Grass Energy, Vulpix, Pikachu, and Psychic Energy, Drowsy, and Mysterious Fossil, and the final boost attack, we're gonna get Volplume, Omastar, Jolteon, Flareon, Drowsy, Lightning, Energy Removal, Meowth, Mankey, Oddish. Okay, so that was, as I said, the basic deck that you can start with is a Squirtle and Friends. I've started with that deck so many times, I've actually lost count how many times I've done that. But for this particular short play, I did start with the Charmander and Friends, I do believe. God, it's been so long, I have forgotten what deck I started with. Hey, that's interesting, now that Asterix is gone. So yeah, that was Squirtle and Friends. So it's actually not doing a check mark on, like, what you've done. So Grass Energy, Water Energy, Weedle. I mean, this looks like an interesting deck. It's going to be Water and Grass, most likely. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's go with that. The Water Beetle deck. So build deck, and then we'll just overwrite that. Okay, we've got the Water Beetle deck. So, as I said, that's going to be, like, mostly Water and Grass. With 3 colors, who's our colorist cards? I think it was like Licky Tongue? Okay, that's not too bad to work with. Kangaskhan I like, because of fetch. And Stomp and Rampage. Now, Rampage was kind of scary, because I think that was like the more damage counters I had, the more damage it does. Yep. Okay, that's a scary card, but at the same time, I like how it's in this particular deck. And then for the trainer cards, we've got Professor Oak, 2 Bills. And then we have 1 Energy Retrieval, 1 Energy Search, 1 Switch card, 1 Plus Power, 1 Full Heal, nice. And then our energy cards are going to be 14 Grass Energy and 10 Water Energy. You know, it's not too bad. I can kind of work with that. That's not as, you know, intimidating as a 3-way deck. So let's go and figure out who's to do this against. I'd say the Rock Club would be probably the best place to try this out. Let's go there. Alright, Rock Club. We'll go versus Jean once again. You know, this was like the only club that actually allowed you to verse the Club Master straight off the bat. But I do believe there was a, you know, slight reason to that, but I won't spoil it until a little bit down the track. Not obviously in this series, it'll be another series where that will probably get revealed. Okay, so my hand is going to be somewhat interesting. Energy Search, Full Heal, Kingler. We actually have Krabby, so I do like that. Grass Energy, Weedle, Poliwag. But we didn't get any Water Energy. Oh, well, I did get an Energy Search, so that's, you know, somewhat useful. Oh, Call for Family. Magnet Krabby. Nice, so I can, like, pull out other Krabbies, but I didn't actually pay attention to how many Krabbies are in this deck. Probably 2, most likely. Kingler, though, what does Kingler need? He needs 1 energy card to do Flail. That's obviously the same as Magikarp. Crabhammer for 3 energy cards, doing 40. And Weedle, Poison Sting for 10. I mean, we could lead with the Weedle, you know, just so I can have something to start the match with. I don't have to do an energy search. We'll put the Poliwag down as well. So 2 bench for me, 2 bench for Jean as well. 6 prize cards go down. And actually flip aheads, nice. So, seriously though, well, where was all this luck in the finale? I'm going to search for a Water Energy card so I can put that on the Krabby next turn. Going to put that down. I can't evolve until next turn. Go for the Poison Sting. Flip for the head. Of course not. We can't have that. And I have weakness. Of course I do. Who would have thought that a Weedle would be super effective to a Rhyhorn of all things? So anyways, the Rhyhorn's going for the Leer, which is going to fail because of the tails, which is actually kind of nice for me, actually. Gotta place Nita and Nail down. Gotta evolve the bench Krabby into the Kingler. Then proceed to put the Water Energy card onto that. I could have put the Grass Energy down, but I was like, you know, hey, why not? Let's just keep failing the tails. Alright, so next to 20 there onto the Rhyhorn. That is almost down. That's going to be putting a Fire Energy card onto the bench Rhyhorn. Still proceeds to go for the Leer, which is going to continue to fail due to those awful tails. As I said, I at the moment am showing no sympathy for that because it's, you know, I kind of had that all of last episode. Hey, I finally get the poison too, which means Rhyhorn goes down in between standby. So 20 damage there, plus the between turns damage. There we go, Rhyhorn goes down, draw 1 prize card. I took the first prize card with Weedle of all bloody things. That's funny. And still doesn't get that heads on the Leer, so let's see if I can take out Rhyhorn number 2 with the Weedle. I'm gonna laugh if I do. Alright, poison check. Yes, I get it. So, head straight off the bat, which is awesome. 20 damage straight off the bat too. So 30 damage in grand total for that turn, which is real nice for especially a Weedle of all, as I said, Weedle of all things. Geodude goes on the bench, going for the lead once again, even if I can't attack, you know, it's perfectly fine. They do eventually get the heads. I mean, even for me, I eventually get that head. Just takes a really long time though. 10 damage from poison from in between turns. Grass energy is pulled once again. From this point, I may as well throw him on the Nidoran and Male, but I don't think Nidoran and Male needs that. Yeah, I was gonna say only one at this point. At the moment though, this deck is quite showing me that they've got a very low cost rate for energy and moves, which I quite like. I mean, even in real life TCG, I'll go for cards that have very low cost for moves. Means less energy cards in the deck, and I can just keep stacking it up with trainer cards. Alright, so I actually drew a bill, so I kind of need that at the moment. Grass energy and grass energy. The variety is real at the moment, and yes, I am going to take out Rhyhorn number 2 with a Weedle. I feel like I've just made a big accomplishment in life. I actually drew a Kangaskhan, so nice, I can actually put those grass energy cards to good use. Though I am going to get a rock thrown at me from an Onix, 10 damage onto the Weedle. I can evolve into a Kakuna! It has a move called Stiffen. I'm such a kid if I'm going to laugh at that. Poison powder for 20 though. Flip a coin of heads, prevent all damage. Okay. I am such a kid. Okay, we'll put the grass energy card down on that. We'll just poison this thing for 20 damage too. Oh wait, I got to flip. Oh, I got the heads. Cool. It still worked with me there. I was like, oh wait, I still got to flip a coin. 40 damage though due to weakness and the poison. Grand total of 50 damage that turn. If I can get that the next turn, that Onix goes down. Fighting energy went somewhere, but I hit the A button too fast. Rock getting thrown at me once again. 10 damage there. Extra 10 onto the Onix. I drew a 1 energy card. And for that, we're going to go 1 grass energy onto the Kangaskhan so we can activate the fetch ability on that. I even get a heads just for the heck of it, so that's sweet. Onix is going to go down to... That's 3 Pokemon I have knocked out so far with this line. Seriously, Weedle and Kakuna seem to be OP at the moment. Going for that Defender. I was going to say defense power for some odd reason. New card. Oh, I got a full bench. When did that happen? What can I do? I'll put another energy card down on that, and we'll go for that poison powder again. I don't get the poison though, that's kind of unfortunate. So that's going to do 20 damage instead of 40, due to that defender knocking off 20. Finish the turn without attacking. Come on, Gene, what's going on? You're losing to a Kakuna of all things. Kingler only needed 3, so that's all set up. Is there anything else I could do? I can set up the Poliwag, I guess. Or I could set up that other... I might leave it. Go for that poison counter again and just knock out yet another Pokemon with this thing. Why was I not using this deck sooner? Alright, Geodude goes down. Alright, Taurus is going to be our next prize. I'm drawing all the good Pokemon now and I can't use them. Because he's on his last Pokemon too. Alright, got the switch. Well, there's no point using that. Let's go for poison powder. And of course, I failed the poison once again. I get too excited, I think, and hit the A button way too fast. Doesn't give the game a chance to even recognize that it's a flip. It's probably what I've been doing wrong this entire short play. Oh, I drew a Nidoking, but I don't have the middle evolution. I really wanted to use that, actually. Anyways, that's game. Weedle and Kakuna alone just took Gene out. Weedle and Kakuna confirmed there was a Gyarados in this deck! Oh, I like this deck actually. I don't normally like the default decks that the games normally give you, but I generally do like that deck. That is quite a fun deck. It's somewhat I wouldn't call it viable in a way. Like, there's so many changes I could make to it. But still, it worked. I didn't lose a single Pokemon, and I swept with the most unexpected card of all things. Anyways, we got the mystery deck from that. Aerodactyl, Double Colorist, Pokemon Center, Primate, Mankey. Oh, we got an evolution there. Shelter, Nidoran, Female, Vulpix, Voltorb, Meowth. And the second booster pack is going to give us Kabutops, Double Colorist. Always doesn't hurt to have like plenty of them. Leggy-Tongue, Mr. Fuji, Shelter, Kabuto, Drowsy, Vulpix, Execute, and Voltorb. Alright, so I do believe we have time for one more deck. So let's fly back to Dr. Mason's and see what deck to use next. As I said, still disappointed I can't use the Grandmaster auto deck machine because for the life of me I can't find it. Unless that eventually gets unlocked. Or my strategy guide is like pulling me around the mulberry bush because I can't find it. Alright, so Psychic Machamp deck. This sounds interesting. 12 Fighting Energy cards, 12 Psychic Energy cards. Diglett, Dugtrio, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, Onix, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Only one of them. Ugh. Abracadabra, Alakazam. Again, only times one. We've got Haunter and Gengar and Ghastly, Mr. Mime, which is always great to have. Jinx. And a level 23 Mew. I think that might be the one where, yeah, it does allow you to de-evolve things. Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattata, Raticate, Professor Oak, Bill, Switch, Gust to Wind, Potion, Full Hill. You know, it's not too bad. I mean, it's gotta be interesting to say the least. Alright, Psychic Machamp. I just love the name of that deck. Psychic and Machamp. Two things I would never expect to go hand in hand together. Okay, so we've got Psychic and Fighting. Psychic and Fight. I've got no idea who this goes up with, actually, now that I think about it. Lightning Club, I'm pretty sure that's the matchup for. So let's see if I can take out Isaac with this deck. I think Isaac... Actually, I can't remember Isaac. Did I take him down really quickly? I think I might have. Or was this one of those days where nothing just computed that day? Wouldn't surprise me. I think I was using a real dodgy... Wow. That's an interesting hand. I have a Jinx. What can I do with Jinx? I also love the recolor of Jinx too. Double Slap and Meditate. Double Slap for head flips. And Meditate. Does 20 damage plus 10 more damage. Oh, okay. It's not what I thought. Okay, that's kind of sweet. I like that. Can't do anything with Hitmonchan, though, because I have no fighting energy cards on me whatsoever. I do have a Bill, so maybe I could turn things around with that, but we're definitely leading with the Jinx for now. And then that's all she wrote in regards to putting cards down. Not particularly what I wanted to start with, but, you know, as I said, beggars can't be choosers. Although the head flips are kind of on point today, at least. Okay, we'll play the energy card down on the Jinx. We'll go for the Bill next. Get 2 extra cards, got a Kadabra and a Potion. At least they gave me some type of healing in this deck. The last 2 decks haven't really done that. And now what I'm doing? Good question. What am I doing? I'm going for the double slap apparently. Hey! Wow, my flips are actually on point today. What's going on? Anyways, that does live. So I gotta do that one more time to take that out. He does use the build though. Puts down 2 Voltorbs on the bench. Goes for the Lightning Energy card for Magnemite. Goes for the Thunder Wave. That's going to obviously succeed. Damn you, head flips. So 10 damage there to Jinx. I do get paralyzed in the process. Pidgey comes out. And then from there, we'll just keep setting up that. Can't do anything because of paralysis, so that's the end of turn. Up next is the Lightning Energy on Voltorb. That's got to fail, so no paralysis this turn, which is nice. But 10 damage there to me, which is great. I do get a Hitmonlee, but I can't do anything with that. I now have enough for Meditate, though, which I'm happy about. Hitmonlee, I can't do anything with you. Oh, look, we'll just take this out. Base 20 is always nice. That's already Magnemite down. Already doing 40 damage because of the already existing damage counters. I actually pull a Fighting Energy card. It's about the only time pulling an energy from my prize pool has actually been worthy. Okay, so going for the tackle there, that's 10 damage onto Jinx, so powering up the Meditate even further. Going for the build there, going to draw a Fighting Energy card and a Psychic Energy card. I don't need any more Fighting Energy cards, please. But we will put down that Hitmonlee. And now we're going to who was better, Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan? I can't remember. Who'd I use? Hitmonchan for 20, there are 3 energy cards for special punch for 40, and I think Hitmonlee was like bench damage. Stretch kick for 2, but high jump kick for 50. I think it was Hitmonlee that was better because of that bench damage. Bench damage is always the bomb. Okay, so now we're gonna do for the meditate, that's Voltorb down already. Wait, what? Oh, I read it wrong. I just had to ignore the dyslexic moment. I read it of the damage counters. I have. It's the damage counters. It has. Yep, dyslexia. Yeah, if you haven't been able to tell, dyslexia is a real pain in the ass sometimes. Okay, I drew Pidgeot and I'm about to go down to like a Sonic Boom from Electrode because I completely misread the card and did the same amount of damage I would have done anyways with Double Slap if I'd flipped both heads. Are you... Yeah, I should have gone for the potion. I don't think it mattered anyway because potion only heals 20. I would have had just enough for it to take me out. Okay, that was, you know, not a complete derp on my end. Now what? Good question. I don't know. I can go for bench damage. I can't go for the... Can't go for the active. Let's get rid of this Magnemite. Alright, 20 damage there to the Magnemite. That's a bit of a shame I can't attack the active Pokemon, because that only needs 10 damage to go down. Going for another Sonic Boom. I can't go for high jump kick. I think it was like, oh, I drew a Diglett. But again, I can't do anything. Oh, well, let's go for some, you know, lols. Get the prize card from bench damage. Nice, Magnemite was knocked out. The only problem with those low HP cards is bench damage like that is just so annoying to them. Except the fact that bench damaging Pokemon can't attack the active. And there's no point me putting down any more fighting energy cards onto that because I'm about to go down. Can I actually do anything? Diglett, nope. Pidgey, maybe. Hitmonchan, nope. Where's all my psychic cards? Where's all my basic psychic cards is the better question. Maybe, just maybe, I can, you know, power up this Pidgey, because that's about the only thing at this point I can actually... Oops. I need one more fighting energy card to do anything to that. Boom. Alright. That's kind of annoying. I probably should have got rid of the Electrode first, and then started sweeping with the stretch kick. I didn't think that one through. Cools. I've got nothing. I mean, I could always get rid of the, Oh man. This is the only problem when they need to give you like one card to work with. If you've got to do anything, you're not going to get away with anything at this point. I mean, I could put the Doug Trio down. It's like the very best I can do to try and preserve things. Other than that, I can't do anything. I won't put that down. I'm gonna have to use Professor Oak at this point. I've got no options. Okay, so now I pull the Ghastly. I'm pretty sure I've got no way of retrieving cards as well. I have a fighting energy card, but I've already put down... Oh, I could take out the Electrode at least. Boom. 10 damage there to Electrode. I swap out to the Magnemite as well. Still, it was funny, like, a move that's known for swapping, and I managed to take out the Electrode with it. Okay, it's going for the self-destruct for... Ow. Weakness. So he knocks me out, and he's also going to do bench damage too, because of that. Oh, he's also doing bench damage to me too. Luckily though, that doesn't apply weakness and resistance. Okay, now what? That's bad. I have one fighting energy card, what can I do with it? Hitmonchan? You know, maybe I could just go for the jab? I'm pretty sure it was only one fighting energy card needed for that. Yes, it was. I was gonna say, getting a little bit worried there. I was like, oh, did I muck that up? Okay, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's weak to fighting cards. So it's cool. I might be able to turn this around. You know, it's kind of looking a little bit at the moment. Things weren't looking too bright there for a while, so now things are starting to look pretty good. Finish off with the jab. I could have put down that fighting energy card. I probably should have, because I think special punch only needed a card of any type as the third energy card, I think. Could have done that. You're an idiot. So instead of doing... I think that still goes down even if... No, that only does 20. Never mind. I'm blabbing... Oh, look at this. I actually have enough to set up for special punch. I'm an idiot. I really am an idiot. One little oversight, again. But I think at this point, I should still have enough to take this out. And I even drew an Abra. Like, what can I do with Abra? I'll go for Jab one more time. Take that out. And... Oh, my final prize card. Never mind. That little oversight kind of got negated by that. Sweet. So another auto deck actually took out a master. I'm quite shocked by that, actually. Anyways, another mystery booster pack. Mew, Omastar Primate, Dratini, Voltorb, Energy Removal, Grass Energy, Vulpix, Pikachu, Meowth, and the final booster pack from Isaac is going to be another Mew. Jolteon, Parasect, Primate, Omanite, Meowth, Voltorb, Vulpix, Fire Energy, and Pikachu. I'm going to polish my card skills so you can challenge me anytime. Well, the fact that you lost to an auto deck makes me question that. Alright, so I think that'll do it for this episode. As I said, I think for the next couple of episodes we'll go through and just keep using the auto decks just to, you know, show off what some of the decks were. I think some of them are actually revisiting a lot of the decks that were shown throughout the short play, so a lot of the cards that the trainers used and everything. Good chance you're going to see them in the auto deck, so I get to see, you know, just how good those NPC decks were. Yay! But anyways, in the next sorry, what am I doing? Until next time, yep, this narration's been an absolute disaster of an episode, damn. But anyways, until next time, I'm hoping the narration kind of goes up in quality. My brain's already going to holiday mode, whereas I'm trying to get ahead of holiday season. God. But anyways, until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!